Why it's so dark in here. Probably only see the embers of my cigarette. What we're doing is driving down to WYTI, a place that you've seen in some of my videos, with the satellite dishes and the the tower and things like that. We'll be getting to some light here soon, and we'll be illuminated here in a minute. But yeah, it's 6:30 in the morning. I don't really expect many people to be up and viewing this, and we may or may not post it on the page. But this is like kind of a typical morning for me, right? I usually start off, I do some voice tracks at home, but I kind of prefer to do them at the station because there's some more capabilities there on their computers that I really don't have on my end. Now we are approaching Ferrum now. I'm going to turn my brights off. Some lights should be hitting me here soon. A little bit of light there. Everybody still got the lights off. 6:30 in the morning in Ferrum on a Saturday, not a lot of people are awake. We're not going to see a lot of lights, and I probably won't be very illuminated. It's awfully cold in here. There's some lights here. I might get illuminated here for a second. Yeah, I'm about to drive by a little garage here. Here I am. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm dead. I'm a stranger. La 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 la. Can't really see that next line. So now we're on Route 40 West. We've just turned down 40 West, getting ready to pass the rescue squad, Carter Bank, all that stuff. And what we're going to do is drive down to 40 West Food Fair, which may or may not be open. I'm not really sure. If they are open, we'll go there. I'll turn off the camera and probably go in there and get me something to drink, coffee or something like that. Yeah, 6:30 in the morning. Later on today, I have to go to WVTF, and I'll be training an employee there. So up early this morning, going to work at WYTI. Going to do some voice tracks for my morning shift. I did some of them at home, in my car driving on 40 West. That's why it's so dark in here, except for occasionally when I take a drag of my cigarette here. Wow, 11 people are here. Wow, that was quick. Yeah, it's dark in here. Driving to work, still, the sun hasn't come up. The sun's going to come up in about an hour. And by then, hopefully, I should be done with most of my shift. We're going to that radio station that you've seen in some of my shorts, the one with the large tower, the one that some people say kind of looks like the Stranger Things radio station, kind of similar to that. Excuse me. We still got a little ways to go. That's why it's gonna be dark. Hey, what's going on? Hello, Lily Grace and Sans the Ketchup. Skeleton Loves Ketchup, sorry. Also watching the road. Hello and good morning. It's 6:30 a.m. over here in Virginia. We're driving on 40 West in Ferrum, going into Rocky Mount. You'll see some things light up as I go by. What am I doing? Right now, turning my brights off, and I'm driving to WYTI. It's a radio station that's been on the air since like 1957. It's a really old radio station, and a lot of old equipment in there. They're 1570 AM and 104.5 FM, and they're also online. It's like a classic country station. It's one of the 3 radio stations I work at, and I'm going there now to do my morning shift. And basically, I'm almost there. I mean, I'm about I don't know, I'd say about close to 10 miles away, 5-10 miles away, depends. And we should be getting there. Soon. Yeah. And later today, like I told some of the people earlier, I'm going over to WVTF in Roanoke to train Ethan Stein who's going to be the new host of the Metropolitan Opera. Maybe roll my window. I'm probably kind of a little bit noisy in here with the window up. But yeah, Ethan Stein is the new host of the Metropolitan Opera, and I'm training him for that at about noon today. And I've done all my work for WHEO today, so that's all done. So we're just kind of cruising in early in the morning. I'm surprised there's people awake right now. Like, I'm surprised to see any of you here. Kudos to you. Either you were up all night, right? Either you were up all night, or you're just now waking up like myself. Actually, I woke up about 2 hours ago and had me a nice cup of coffee. And right now, I mean, there's a couple other people on the road. Like this guy right here is coming towards me. Hopefully he stays in his lane, right? Yeah, woo, there I am. Made a little flash on the screen there. Yeah, we're pretty close. We're passing Old Forge, the bridge, you know, and that new barbecue place on 40. I haven't been there yet. I've heard it's good, but I've also heard it's expensive, and I don't like expensive really, unless it's really, really good. So I'll have to hear some reviews, you know, make sure it's worth the money. Yeah, 13 people are awake at 6:30 in the morning. Holy moly. Yeah, we're to anyone who just joined us, the reason why it's so dark is I'm in my car, right? And I'm driving about 55 miles per hour down 40 West going towards my radio station I work at, WYTI. They've been on the air since 1957, historical radio station. And good morning. Yeah, who's had their coffee today? Oh yeah, no, I do it for fun, yeah. But I get what you're saying there. You know, a lot of people try to make this their living. I'm just a guy out in the country. Nobody comes to visit me, so this is my way of socializing, really, in a lot of ways. So this is kind of like therapeutic for me, I guess you could say, is being able to go live and, you know, have some people join me during my mundane tasks, like going to a radio station and just talking on the air and things like that. But yeah, it would be kind of cool to do, I guess, create content. Content creators, that's what they call them. Just saw a dead possum in the road. I like possums. It's kind of sad. I always try to avoid them. Yeah, the brain rot. Yeah, I don't like the brain rot either. I mean, occasionally I do participate in the brain rot a little bit with some of the silly AI stuff, but really I do try to keep it down to like organic stuff, like drawing on a real, you know, even if it's a dry erase board, like if it's just some cheap stuff like you would do in school or something, you know, like a teacher would do, you know, on a dry erase board. You know, it's fun, it's good for your brain. Picking up a guitar, you know, even though I'm not as good as a lot of people, you know, just picking it up and trying to do a little something. You know, I took a lesson this week, actually, a guitar lesson from a guy named Colby Helms, and he's a very, very talented guitar player that lives around here, and he plays bluegrass style, and it's really hard because I grew up a metalhead and new wave and pop music and things like that, and with him, you know, that was a breath of fresh air, I guess you could say, you know, learning from him and really learning how to play a different style. We're getting closer there. I was off on the distance as far as how close we are to the radio station. We're going to get there soon. We're actually probably in the last stretch of it now, where we get ready to turn right onto Scuffling Hill, and that there we will find the last couple of turns to get us to the radio station, and then you will see the tower blinking red, and we may even catch the sunrise here in about an hour if we're still alive. What I'm going to do is pretty much, if you're interested, I'm going to take you into a typical day at my shift. I just remembered something. I forgot to bring my prep sheets. Prep sheets are something where you kind of write out some of the top stories, like, you know, the strikes in Venezuela. You know, we're going to have to mention that today. Obviously, I know enough about it now that, you know, I can probably just improv and riff on it and stuff. But you know, Yes, I do work at three radio stations. This was WYTI. It's in Rocky Mount, Virginia, 1570 AM, 104.5 FM. I also work at WVTF, which is public radio. That's in Roanoke, and that is 89.1, 89.5, 89.9, and also WHEO, which is in Stewart. And we're at the light, by the way. I'm going to take a right since nobody's coming. Yeah, so, excuse me. I hack a lot because I have bad habits. So, yeah, radio stations. Radio is my work. And what we're going to do is go into a daily, if people are wanting to see it, what I do is the prep sheets, which I forgot today. So we're gonna have a little bit of a different shift today. I'm just going to kind of go off the top of my head. And what I do in commercial radio, basically, in commercial radio, a lot of the time you're live, but parts of the time, like early morning, like we're doing now, you go in there and you pre-record it. I pre-recorded about 1 or 2 hours ahead, and that way it still sounds pretty current. I can talk about the temperatures outside. It still is relatively accurate, and it sounds live when you listen to it. In fact, I think I'm live right now. Let's turn on the radio.
Stormy night. I heard the screen doors slamming tonight.
I don't know what song that is, but I'm not on yet. I don't really like all the songs that play on the station, you know. As far as country goes, I like the 40s, 50s, and 60s stuff, really. 70s too. We've been playing a lot of the 90s stuff. I'm not really into the, I mean, it's not bad, but it's not what I'll sit around and listen to. In fact, what I sit around and listen to would probably shock some of y'all. Like I'll be going in and introducing Johnny Cash and John Michael Montgomery after just listening to some, or The Cure or something like that. So we're getting ready to turn on the road that the actual radio station is at. So we're almost there, and you're going to see the tower, and you're going to see the lights blinking, and we are missing one of the light bulbs at the top of the tower. Is actually has gone out, right? So we have to get that replaced. I'm looking at it right now. We haven't gotten it replaced yet, but we've filed it in with the FCC and also the FAA, the aviation people and all that stuff, so that they know and they don't fly a plane into our freaking tower. That would be awful. It'd be really awful for them because they would probably get fried, and be bad for us because we go off the air. So we are pulling in now, and you will be surprised to know that this radio station, unlike the one on Stranger Things, right? Stranger Things, that place is pretty cool. A lot of things are pretty accurate. Some things weren't accurate. Their microphone they had on Stranger Things was totally like, I don't know what they were thinking using that. Go back and watch that episode. But we are here now, and hold on, I gotta find my lighter. We're gonna we're going to turn off the car now, and I've still got a little bit of time, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to walk up to the tower. How about that? Would you guys like to see that? All right, here we go. As you can see, my ceiling is coming down. I'm going to turn the camera around, okay? Well, first off. being quiet because there's neighbors out here. This is my car. Yeah, it's kind of cold, but I like cold weather. Okay, now we gotta unlock the place. Oh, sorry. There you go. Whew. Oh, so much better. Oh, shit. All right. Yes, it was very cold out there. These are the transmitters. You can probably hear them humming. See if I can get you a better view. This is the control room. See if I can get in here without blowing myself up or blowing up the station. Hello. Hello to you. Roland be like, yeah. This is the junk room. Check out this tile, by the way, y'all. These old computers. Look at this old thing. Gateway. Here's some old stuff for you. For the engineers out there. Old typewriters, word processors, old mixers, old speakers, stuff that used to be part of the station. Look, things that used to cut tape for editing back in the day. That's how you edited. You know how like when you do a video editor or audio editor, you can split things? This is the original splitter. You actually split tape with it. It's pretty cool. Old audio equipment, you know, just mainly junk. We will go into the rest of the studios. Look at this wiring. How about that? Yeah. There you go. Here's some safety for you. There's some wild wiring right here. Check out that. What's the temperature in here? 68 degrees, not bad. All right, it's kind of dark in here, but I like to keep it dark. No, it's no smoking. Remember, no smoking in the studio. Here's the other side. Let's see what's playing. I like to drink my beer and smoke my marijuana. Or whatever the hell he said. All right, so that's not where I did my voice tracking. And excuse the, I'm gonna turn on the light here. It is a little dark. Now here's where you're gonna see some kind of cool stuff. Some old stuff in here. Well, here's some of our old accolades and how we used to do our news. That's where we used to put our hours up on the wall here back in the old days before we got bought out. There's an old microwave, still works. It's the recording studio. And yeah. Some records still in there. Oh look, some old reels. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Audio playlist. No, it's 6:47 over here. So you must be west of us. Here's some of our old signs from back in the day. That's 6:47 over here, and this is our tracking room. Check out this. We still got some old stuff here, like our typewriter. And All right. So I got a question for you guys actually about YouTube. Let me just turn on these lights. Oh yeah, look at all this. Oh yeah, the microwave. Okay, yeah. Um, so these are carts. These are like little mini 8 tracks, kind of. They're like little mini 8 tracks. So I'll pull one out for you. All right. So Bob Parcell, he's one of our sponsors, and as you see, the inside's got like a little tape in there. Pretty wild. Yeah, the microwave, I don't think we've set that in years. CDs, videotapes, things like that. Got a heater in here if we get cold, but I'm actually feeling pretty good. Got our old original record player here that we used to use on air. Now it's just holding the clock up. Got us a decent microphone, really good processor. Believe it or not, this little guy right here makes you sound incredible. They're like over $1,000. I wish I could afford one at home. We also host B99 here too, but I don't work for them, but I work alongside them. They're like our sister station, much more successful than us. They're like the number one in our market. And what I do, we're going to do now is move this microphone out of the way. Holy moly, they got a lot. They like to leave a lot of tabs open. It's time to close some tabs. Just close them all. Close them. There we go. And what we do, go to now. Right now, looks like I'm on the air. Let's see. Catch myself.
Most. If it's your duty to make financial decisions when calm and rational, rather than emotionally upset,
no, I'm not on yet.
Memorial Park today.
Okay,
We will be happy to explain.
That's not me. Okay. Anyway, I'll be on in a little bit. So I'll show you where I'm at. So this is the playlist. Imagine this like iTunes kind of, right? iTunes, and you make your little playlist or whatever. So you got right here your weather. Right now this is playing Mountain View Memorial, and then Dairy Queen will play, and then the weather, and then the liner. Let's see, now it's Dairy Queen, and it plays some music, and then it's gonna, as you see, it's 6:50 right now, so it's gonna get to the top of the hour, and then after Anne Murray, Daydream Believer, that's me, where it says Daniel's Autoglass, because I gotta say the name of the studio. And there's me again, VT. So I've done up to right here, this one. So that's at 7:37. So that's here in a little bit, and I'm probably going to jump off here and do this, or I could try doing it in front of you guys, but I'm a little bit mic shy in front of people, believe it or not. But yeah, I just go through here, and I have to put in content through these hours. And what that looks like is you select your voice track, you edit it, and you have all this right here. It has the song you're coming out of, Ricky Van Shelton. You push that, and you hear the end of this song. Then I start talking, and then I can hit it again, and it'll start this next song. And yeah, that's pretty much, but that's the easy part. The hard part is come up with stuff to talk about. It's a morning show. I could talk about the strikes in Venezuela. I might briefly mention it, but I'm not here to bring people down. I'm here to get people ready for work and not hate their lives so much. So that's kind of what I try to talk about, mainly local stuff. If there's something local happening, there was a murder-suicide. I'm not going to talk about that. That's, unless it was somebody, pretty high profile. But, oh yeah, check out this. And you have to have a no smoking sign on this as well. A lot of smokers used to smoke in here. Yeah. So the idea is to keep people engaged and not have them turn to another station. Oh, thanks. I'm just now catching up on the comments. But yeah, so sometimes I'll have to go into the other station. I'll go to B99 and I'll go through their events and see what's going on. And I've been talking about like the warming shelter, which is a really good service for people who either don't have heat in their house, they don't have electricity. Hello, how you doing? Good morning. And the warming shelter is a really good thing to talk about on the radio. It's a service that's free. You go there, they feed you, they give you a warm bed, things like that. So I'll talk about that a little bit. There's a Fuzzy Free Fun show coming up in March 21st. It's for horses that have not been clipped. If you're familiar with raising horses, they have these winter coats that get really fuzzy, and that's what that's all about. And yeah, not a lot to talk about, so I gotta come up with my own content today on the air for WYTI Radio in Rocky Mount. This is our mixing board. This thing doesn't work. I don't think we use it. Again, here's our old logo from back in the day and some stuff. Look at this guy. Country music. Haha, I'm Mickey Mouse. Tee. You know, Mickey Mouse and Michael Jackson sometimes kind of remind me of each other a little bit. I don't know. So our next one, we have to come out of, our next song we're coming out of Ricky Van Shelton's Somebody Alive. There may be like some copyright restrictions on this. I may have to like not do that part in front of the, the live thing. We'll see when we get to that. I'm still thinking about content, and as far as events go, there's a whole lot of nothing going on because it's the top of the hour. Top of the year, right? Top of the year. I'm thinking top of the hour. We do have, we can take a look at the Virginia Tech basketball schedule. We do broadcast Virginia Tech men's basketball, so I'm going to do a little search on that. Virginia Tech men's basketball schedule. Okay, that'll be very nice. Basketball schedule. There it is. The Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Yeah. So NCAA Virginia Tech Hokies men's basketball team is the NCAA. Yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, so that is going to be, and they're going to do it at Wake Forest, and that's going to be Saturday the 10th. So I can promote that. That's something else to talk about on the radio. What else do you talk about on the radio? Well, you also go and you find out what's happening in your hometown. This is so exciting, isn't it, folks?
This is so exciting. Oh my goodness. Radio is so fun.
See, this is like the ancestor of streaming and the ancestor of I guess what's modern day entertainment, I guess. You know, we had to look for content also. A lot of the time we had to buy a newspaper. Now I do have the internet, but in a way this is kind of like similar in a way to podcasts and streamers out there. You have to find things to talk about. Only this is the super, super, super old-fashioned way. But it is still, yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I think it's pretty interesting too. There's a reason why I'm in it, because I've always been fascinated by radio signals. The fact that you have all these signals, all in like in different levels, like in every like height of the sky, you have different levels going up into like the gigahertz and everything, starting from the hertz to the megahertz to gigahertz, and they're all filled with phone signals, radio signals, just like cell phone signals. They're traveling in the air, and we can pick them up with a little thing called a radio, which is so cool. And right now, what's playing? I still haven't got any voice tracks coming up anytime soon, so we're just not going to turn it on yet. But yeah, I'm going to look up real quick. This is kind of hard doing this, holding it. I need to get like a tripod or something so I don't have to like hold it and talk and type. Franklin County, Virginia. We're a small town, by the way. We like small things here in Franklin County. And, I kind of like it. That's why I live here. I mean, to tell you the truth, events, we're also like the home of Booker T. Washington and all kinds of cool stuff like that. The calendar, what's happening in January? A whole lot of nothing. Look at that. You look at Franklin County calendar, event calendar, and it's completely freaking blank. Oh yeah, Maine. I almost ended up in there in Maine at one point. Back when I was in the cross tundras, we were after we broke up. I was thinking about joining a band that was out in. No. I'm thinking Connecticut. I'm sorry, not Maine, but still cool place. I've been there. But yeah, no events at all. So really, today is a dry day. I may have to just BS on here and just talk about the music. Maybe I want to look up some. Okay, so when you're really dry on content, like there's nothing going on locally. That's when you start looking up fun facts like today in country music history, because this is a country music station. I also work at an oldies station and a public radio station doing mostly classical and opera and things like that, which I'm going to be doing later actually in the day. But let's see, today
in country music history.
All right, here we go. This day in countrymusic.com. What you got for me? Something good. Come on. Leon McAuliffe. Okay. Sun Studio. So if I got any Johnny Cash or something from that era, which I do not, I don't think. Wait, well, I could swap a song out. No, I couldn't do that. No, sorry. Also, what else we got? Nikki Nelson. And Highway 101. I don't think we have any of their songs today. Jack Green, C.W. McCall. That's the Convoy. That guy. John Anderson. Wild and Blue today. Did that song play in my playlist? If so, that would be very convenient, and I could just say that. Or could I swap it out? Oh, no, John Anderson. Man, this is really slim pickings today. Really, for content. Early January is a really dry time. I think that's why a lot of people take time off around this time of year. Billy Ray Cyrus. Oh boy. So Taylor Swift. This is for all you Swifties out there. Some country music. Her side of her. Looks like back in 2009, Taylor Swift was at #1 on the country chart with Fearless, which I've never heard because I'm an old dude. Anyway, and I listen to old country. But anyway. Fun fact, the album won the Grammy Award for Album of the Year and Best Country Album. I guess that's kind of what started propelling her, and then she got more into pop. Made her the youngest person ever at the age of 20 to receive that award for Album of the Year and Best Country Album. How about that? And then she got even bigger, and now she's one of the biggest entertainers in the world. In the world. Yeah, so, yeah, congrats. And, Phil Everly of the Everly Brothers died today. Not today, but on this day, back in 2014. And yeah, there's not really a lot in country music history on this day. So, this is the kind of day, it's a Saturday. Thank goodness it's a Saturday, because in Saturdays I could just BS. So I'll just do one. We'll do one. Now, let me just find something to prop this up on, because I need my hands. Right? So... and I am again surprised that there are people out there who are awake and finding this entertaining. So I'm glad to oblige, and we're just going to put you in the little. Oh, sorry, that's probably really loud. I bet. I'm so sorry, guys. I did not realize I was putting you into that, into this. Sorry, and that was probably making all kinds of racket because it was right there in the microphone. So I am so sorry once again. Let me see if I can. Goodness gracious, we've been live for like 33 minutes, huh? Well, is there anything I can? Yeah, like if I was like a professional YouTuber, I'd have me like 10 like what do you call it? Tripods here holding my stuff up, but I don't have even one. So guys, this is my first live, by the way. This is my first live. Yeah, the shit does happen, man. But yeah, this is my first live. I'm really happy to do it. I finally got enough shorts to be able to do it. YouTube does have like a limit on, you have to have like at least 50 subscribers. I just broke 55, so we're starting real small. And for those 55 people who subscribed, I love each and every one of y'all, because this is just for fun. I'm just trying to this is my way of socializing, I suppose. It's what you do when you live out in the middle of BFE, Bumfuck, Egypt. And what we're going to do, I guess, is try to. I want to see if I can do this while just holding it. We'll just go ahead and I'm just going to improv one. We're just doing a real easy day. Today's Saturday. There's no content to talk about hardly. So we're going to go back to my original voice track here. All right, Somebody Lied is the song. All right, I'm just going to promote the website. All right, and all right, I'm just going to hold it right here, and you guys just hang tight for a second. Somebody Lied. Ricky Van Shelton on Classic Hit Country, WYTI Radio in Rocky Mount. Good morning. I'm Big Jim Shively. And yeah, don't forget, you can listen to us anytime, anywhere at WYTIRadio.com. Right now, we got you one from Tracy Bird. We're going to do the watermelon crawl. Yeah, just something simple like that. You know, something simple. Nothing fancy, just a quick... Oh, damn, my levels are peaking out. So okay, let me show y'all. Look at these levels. That is way too loud. That's going to distort. So we're going to do it again. That's a little too loud. I need to quit barking, or actually I can bark, but we need to move this microphone back a little bit. So I'm a big galoot, by the way. I'm 6'5" and almost 300 pounds. I'll show you. Bigfoot. All right, so anyway. All right, here we go. Let's try it again. And we'll try not to blow the freaking meters off this time. All right, and just keeping it simple, easy Saturday. And squeak, squeak, squeak. Got a squeaky chair. Hopefully that doesn't pick up on the microphone. Somebody Lied. Ricky Van Shelton on Classic Hit Country, WYTI Radio in Rocky Mount. I'm Big Jim Shively here at the Daniels Auto Glass and Tint Studios. And yeah, don't forget, you can listen to us anywhere online, WYTIRadio.com. And right now we're going to do the watermelon crawl with Tracy Bird. All right, let's see how bad those levels are this time. Man, I did it again. Okay. So Carl, our other DJ. Okay, look at that. All right, that's the problem. You see that red? All right, so Carl, our other DJ, is like, so everything, you know, he talks really quiet. So we're going to take it down a little bit. Check. 1, 2. Check. Still hot. All right, testing 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. All right, that's going to have to do, pig. All right, one more time. I'm going to really do it quick this time. And I am boring you guys to death. I'm so sorry.
Clear my throat here.
Ricky Van Shelton with Somebody Lied on Classic Hit Country, WYTI Radio in Rocky Mount. Good morning to you. I'm Big Jim Shively here at the Daniels Auto Glass and Tint Studios, and still ahead we got some Alabama right now. Here's Tracy Bird. We're going to do the watermelon crawl. Kind of glad I redid it. That was way better. Oh, and that's so much better. Look at that. All right, so this is what we're going to do. Here. So we take that, and then we duck the levels a little bit on the song. The blue is the intro. So this part right here is the instrumental part of the song. Right here is where the vocals come in. So we want to kind of get it right at the tail end of what I'm saying, and might even move this a little bit. And then we accept it, and we move on to the next one. And that's what you do in modern radio when you're not live. When you're live, it's a whole nother beast, and you do mess up a lot more, but during these kind of shifts, you sound absolutely flawless if you allow yourself to be. Right here, we're going to go into some commercials. So my voice track is next to these three. We're going to come back into the weather and then go into one of my favorite Waylon Jennings tracks, Are You Sure Hank Done It This Way? That's some country I actually like. The other stuff, Ricky Van Shelton, Tracy Bird, I don't hate it. I'm just not really into it. This Alabama song, they've got better ones. But, you know, we got to play all the stuff that's in the library eventually. We can't just play the same things every day like K92 does. No offense, K92. Sorry. Had to throw a little shade at you. They're bad, man. They will play the same 4 songs all day. I quit a job one time because of K92. They were... we played it at work, and Justin Bieber was really popular at the time. As a song, I can't remember the name of it. I should know it because it was in my head for weeks. And they played K92 at my job, and they would play the same four songs all day long. And I would go home, and I would be like, you know, these songs are stuck in my head. And you know what? I just realized something. This thing isn't even hooked up. Holy crap, they've been playing like a placebo effect on us this whole time. I feel like an idiot. Sorry, I just realized something big time. So I just realized this is upside down. It's not even on. And they're like, yeah, I bet your voice has been sounding better lately through that new processor. It's not even on. What the? Well, I guess I'm just sounding good naturally, right? Let's talk about that weather. All right, so what's it at? We're going to look at our weather right now. It's 34 outside, mostly cloudy. Chance of rain. So I'm just going to keep it kind of brief again, and then I'm probably going to end this podcast so I can kind of try to do my content a little bit better on the air. If you want to tune in to this live, if you like classic country, that is, I'll go ahead and tell you the format, I guess you could say, is classic country. Mostly, I mean, you can see the songs that are in here. If you like this stuff or don't mind it, feel free to tune in to WYTIRadio.com, and you can hear me DJing there. I'm already on the air right now. Let's see if I'm about to be on right now. Actually, yeah, maybe I should stick around long enough for this Hank Williams Jr. song, Bo Cephas. Let's see. Yeah, this has been kind of fun. This is my first live, and once again, so we don't always get it right the first time, right? This is I'll go ahead and give you a little bit more of a tour for a second while I take a quick break. And you know what? I'm going to take a quick smoke break. Here we go. Yeah, you're right. The microwave clock is wrong. We got our window into the music studio. Now, if I wanted to be live, I could go here and turn that one up, turn it on, talking to that mic, and it would go over to the airwaves right now. Like I go in there and yell, fart, and it would go over the airwaves. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Don't worry. I want to keep my job. But just saying, one day when I'm 80 years old, still working here, if we're still in the air, that's what I'm going to do on my last day. But not today. Now let's see. This is also a way we can play music live too. So let's say if this live stream went down, not the live stream, but the actual stream that's playing right now with the pre-recorded tracks. If I needed to take over, I can actually go through here and pick out songs, pull them into here, and click them. You know, I have to use a mouse and play them from there, and have it up on that channel, and do it the old school way, where you're just talking into a microphone. Look at this microphone. That's why we're not in here that much. Not that good of a microphone, but it does the job, right? And so I could talk into this, into one channel, and then fire off songs on this on another channel, and broadcast it over the air using this equipment and out that tower. Hey, it's sun's coming up. You want to go look at the tower one more time before I jump off here? Let's do it. We'll take a smoke break. Besides, there ain't much left on this thing anyway. So we're going back through here, past the transmitters. Here's a little info about that. Yeah, look at that. And some That's some real stuff right there. And I'm really, I give a really detailed explanation of stuff, right? You know, I gotta get my sleeves pulled back down. Sorry about that. All right, where's my my lighter? This is the exit, I do believe. Yep. I'm gonna unlock the door first. Here we are. So we're not gonna lock it. I'm gonna go right back in here in a minute. So, a sweet ride. I have $540 left on that, and then I own it. It's only got 80,000 miles on it. It's a 1989 Volvo 740 GL, gold-colored station wagon. It's beautiful. I love it. And here we are. One moment. I'm gonna lay down the phone for a second. Alright folks, this is it. Time to get back on the radio. Gotta get to work. No more playing online. At least not until after the shift. I might jump back on here if anybody wants to tune in later on. If you got your notifications set on for that. Is that how I do it? I don't know.
Hey, you gotta turn on your notifications, subscribe and like it and all that stuff.
You know, I'm not going to do that. But if that's something you want to catch, figure out how to do that, because I don't know how that works. Anyway, we're going here past the wires. Oh yeah, I gotta show you the bathroom. How can I not show you the bathroom? Let's see if we have the, oh, somebody closed the door back up. We're supposed to keep it dripping when it's this cold. Actually, it's not that cold out there. We're gonna close it back up. We got a shower here. If, you know, if we're stinking. Usually I don't come here stinking, so usually pretty good. This is some old newspaper clippings from back in the day. We've been on the air since like 1957. A long time. Let's see if we can turn on these lights. Here's some of the people that used to work here back in the day. I'll kind of hover over them for a minute. We used to have lots of employees. Now we have about 4 or 5. Radio used to be really big, you know. And radio's still pretty big. In fact, I mean, people are getting back into it. I mean, stuff like, just like with D&D and Stranger Things, I hate to keep referencing them, but you know, a lot of kids didn't even know what that stuff was, and they thought it was pretty cool, you know. Look at that, that's pretty old. Look at that, we used to give away 115, and by the way, we're gonna be giving away money on the air. Starting Monday. It's called Classic Country Cash. And it's been a long time since we gave away money. It's really cool that we can afford. Look at that.
Now powerful, 2,500 powerful watts, WYTI 1570 on your AM dial, country, bluegrass, gospel, Franklin County's most powerful radio station, indeed.
Yeah, this is the old office. Oh yeah, here's some of the other employees. There's Charlie Daniels hanging out with some of the old employees here. That's Earl Shelton. I used to work for him. Wow, going way back here. Anyway, yeah. Just some history for you now. Make sure there's nobody sleeping in here. Yeah, alright. Offices are cleared out. You know, it's almost like an abandoned building, really, in a lot of ways. We're still here, though, you know. I'll show you my old office. Just sit right here. Still got some stuff in here. Still got some records. Some old logos I made back in the early days of internet stuff. And hello. And yeah, it kind of needs to be cleaned up a little bit in here. Need some TLC. A couple of doors off here. I think that belongs to the old owner, actually. We need to get those back to her. Cart machines. Let me show you these. These are cart machines. Those things that were on the wall earlier that looked like 8-tracks, these things play them. Still got an old rotary phone here. How about that? Yeah, not much else here, really, you know. We're just kind of running bare bones right now. I think this leads to the back rooms. Go in a straight line and don't look down. You might actually fall in. Let's see what happens. Psych. I'll see if you guys have. All right, I guess that's it, right? That kind of looked like one of those back rooms videos. I don't know. Anyway, you guys still there? If so, I'm saying bye right now. We're taking a look out in the neighborhood. Shall I open the blinds a moment? Look, it's the neighborhood. Like, who's that crazy guy on the radio station acting all weird? Does he even work there? Yes, I do. And we got cookies. Look at this. Hold on, let me show you these cookies real quick. Oh my God, there's only like, they're almost all gone. I'm gonna grab one now. C is for cookie. It's good enough for me. Hey. All right, this is it, folks. Oh, wait. We missed my break on the radio. Okay. All right. Well, guys, y'all were part of the first live session here. Next time I will try it sideways. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to ask you guys earlier. One last thing before I go. Vertical or horizontal as far as live videos? Are you watching them on your phone or on your telly, on your computer? Leave a comment. Oh, listen.
WYTI Radio in Rocky Mount. I'm Big Jim Shively here at the Daniels Auto Glass and Tint Studios. And if those holiday bills are starting to hit the mailbox, keep it tuned right here because Classic Country Cash is coming to WYTI on Monday. We're getting ready to trade those winter blues for some cold, hard green. All right, I'm going to take a little break, and we'll be back with our weather and some Doug Stone on Classic Hit Country, WYTI.
Hi, I'm
Okay.
Daniel Crandall. On our Virginia roads, there are
Daniel
nearly
Crandall.
5,000 crashes a year caused by...
Okay. Anyway, well, at least we caught a break. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I'm out. How do I stop this thing? That's another question. How do I stop this thing? Okay. Now I hit the exit there. Do you want to stop streaming? Yes, I do want to stop streaming. End. Okay. All right. This means I'm getting off here. Leave some comments, and y'all have a nice Saturday. Bye.